Hello, this is Lily Morningstar, your instructor at College of Southern Nevada, and you're watching this lecture because you're in my CIT 173 Introduction to Linux class. Today we're going to discuss command line and look at its interface and some simple commands. The goals at the end of this class, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to log in Linux system and run simple commands from the shell. Learning outcomes, log in the Linux system and run simple commands from the shell. Log in the Linux system with the GNOME desktop environment to run commands from the shell prompt and in the terminal program. Save time when running commands from the shell prompt with bash shortcuts. Let's first discuss what is CLI. CLI stands for Command Line Interface. What is command line? It's a text-based interface that we will use to input instructions for the computer system. Shell is the program and interface that allows user to communicate with the system. Bash is the name for the most popular shell, and it's the most common with Red Hat Enterprise, and it stands for Born Again Shell. The name was borrowed from Unix operating system when it's called Born Shell command line interface. That's where you can find in your Linux system in Red Hat your terminal. So terminal is the program that allows us to get access to the shell. If you don't see this instrument panel, you need to click on the top left corner on that red fedora, and you immediately will see this uh, instrument panel. First, what you notice when you open the terminal is command prompt or shell prompt. And first is the name of the logged in user. So in the example of this slide, it's a kiosk. After add the name of the system, basically how you named your computer. So in this situation, it's foundation 0. After the space, you can see tilde. Tilde means it's home directory, the one where users traditionally land when they just logged in into the system. And the dollar sign after that means the user is just a regular user and not a administrative user. Here are some shell basics. And we have first the command to run, which any command we will learn today, such as ls in this example, that stands for list, then space, then we will add options to expand capabilities of this command. In this situation, we will use option A and option L, which means all and long, and then space, and you can see dot bash rc. So first of all, dot up front of any name of the file or directory means it's a hidden file, and we will not be able to see it with just regular ls command or ls-l. That's why we utilize al to see hidden files or directories. And in this situation, the name of this file is the argument in the command line. Let's talk about logging in into local system. We can log in using physical console and virtual console. So the physical console is literally your keyboard, computer mouse, and display. directly connected to the computer, right? When virtual console is what you see virtually on your screen. Uh, in Linux, you can switch between different virtual consoles with Control Alt keys and go between F1 to F6. Right now, you see on the screen a classic graphic environment for known operating system. And top bar is the runs along the top of the screen, and it's displayed the activities overview in its workspaces. The top bar can provide the activities button and control for volume, networking, calendar access, and switch between keyboard input methods. And there is, if more than one method is configured, you can obviously have more than one keyboard connected. Second, you can see under number 2, activities overview. This mode helps to organize windows and to start applications. Enter the activities overview by clicking the activities button on the upper left corner in the top bar, or by pressing the super key. Find the super key, sometimes called the key Windows key, or the command key near the lower left corner on most common keyboards. Under number 3, you can see system menu. The menu is in upper right corner on the top bar, provides the control to adjust the brightness of the screen and switch on or off on the network connections. Under submenu of the user's name, options to adjust account settings. Number 4 is your dash. I previously called it a panel instrument. So that basically it's like a dashboard in the car. This can be configurable, and it's list of icons that give you quick access to the tools and applications that you most often use. Under number 5 here is Windows overview area, basically center of the screen. And number 6, workspace selector. So you can select more than one workspace, especially if you're working with multiple programs or multiple browsers at the same time. Under number 7 here is the message tray. With the message tray, you can review notifications from application or system components. And that's about it on this screen. Now we're looking at the other Linux shells. You can obviously use your internet search and look for more options, but these are the most common ones. The graphic desktop, the graphical environment that you see in Red Hat Linux, obviously not the only one you can choose to use. There are multiple desktops, and you can find the one that will fit your preferences and will be the most comfortable for you to use. Here are a few basic commands that we will learn this week. Man will get you access to manual. That's the one we learned last week. Who am I? Really good command that allow you to know who you logged in as a user. PWD stands for Print Working Directory. Very useful command that allows you to get exact absolute path to your currently working directory. Command date will print the date and time currently today. Command CD stands for change directory. There are a few options quickly to use this CD command to get access to different resources. With CD space /, you will immediately end up in the root directory. With CD space .. you will end up in the parent directory of your currently working directory. In CD space -- you will actually go back to the directory you previously worked on. And do not get confused with the cd space tilde. Cd space tilde will take you directly to your home directory, to the currently logged in user's home directory. Cd dot dot forward slash dot dot, that's actually quite interesting shortcut that allows us to go one directory up, and then if you see that dot means to the next directory in a directory tree hierarchy. Command file will allow you to actually see what type of file you're working with. Command cat will allow you to see the content of the file. Head, tail, more or less. This all commands will allow you to see into the content of the file, but they are all different. When cat just allow you to basically have the output directly in your command line, which is not suitable for long documents. It's not really useful to read. Then you can use head and tail to see either beginning of the document or the end of the document. By default, head and tail without any options will show you 10 lines of the document. With more and less, these two commands are actually uh, used similarly, where you can browse text in uh, the browser and terminal, but with more you can move only forward and only one page at a time. With less you can go backwards and forward. And less is the newer command that allows you to have more flexibility within the document. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, please don't afraid to reach out. Bye bye.